our brothers are aware that cultural traditions and the beliefs of our forefathers to which we have clung have not promoted spiritual growth in man. They have done a great deal to lower him spiritually, to retard his unfoldment. As they have implied, if man would change his ways, learn to know himself, to know nature, and apply that knowledge with wisdom, the last great battle of Armageddon would be averted. But sadly enough, it is later than you think. There is little time left for a definite change to be made in the mass consciousness, for a change to be made in man's attitude towards life, in his mind and in his heart. Yet there is hope, for man is sole arbiter of his destiny. Though currently he moves forward through the wanton destruction of the present order of things, reaping a harvest of weeds and thorns, suffering, disease, ignorance, and waste, the results of his wrong thoughts and actions. But at last the old will go, and there will emerge a new and better world, and an original harmony of movement, and an orderly universe. The Earth and all planets in the galaxy have been slightly off balance, but a change has begun which will gradually bring all into balance. When the change reaches a certain point, the position of the Earth's axis will shift, changing the present location of the North and South poles. There will be tremendous earthquakes, parts of the globe sinking and rising. When land masses disappear beneath the waters, others reappear that the equilibrium of the planet be maintained. Following this, there will be dimensional changes, and man will gain a new concept of God's creation. The relationship of one planet to another will change, so there will be the free movement of material beings and of souls from lower evolved worlds to higher evolved worlds, as well as vice versa. However, there are many things that have to occur first that are only now beginning, such as manifestation of power and force man has never dreamed of. Therefore it is urgent that man prepare himself to fit in the new age we have already entered, a new age that is not of earth alone, but is a cosmic thing, manifesting upon all planets of all systems. The universe will reach a balance, but so must man, who has so long been off balance, more materially inclined than spiritually inclined. He is a threefold being, and must become mentally, physically, and spiritually balanced, or there will be no place for him in the new age. He will need to attain a spiritual attitude toward life in which fear, rankling hatred, and the spirit of revenge is eliminated and replaced with divine love. He must become aware of the power he has unknowingly used and so carelessly exercised every moment of his life. As highly evolved as our brothers are, they admit that they have much to learn from the Creator, for the path never ends. If a man climbs to the mountain peak before him, he finds before his vision magnificent vistas of loftier peaks to attain. As he comes into fuller expression of the cosmic, he perceives new and grander roads to greatness. However, our brothers have interrupted their advancement to a degree in order to do their part to safeguard this planet Earth from destruction. Anything drastic happening to one planet would affect all because of their relation to one another. Nevertheless, they do not interfere with nature. She will have her way. There will be many changes in our weather, and conditions will be unpleasant. This can be summarized in the unusual winds, tornadoes, floods, volcanic eruptions, fires, earthquakes, storms, sea and air disasters. Weather, astronomical, and scientific forecasts will prove inaccurate in many instances. Our brothers disclosed that they are busy trying to keep our planet in balance, for the destructive experiments made in nuclear research by the different governments affect the already off-balance condition of the Earth. These various governments of our world are not of any assistance whatever. They are doing many things that are destructive. Our brothers went on to say that they work only in harmony with the laws of the Creator. They would not take measures to arrest the governments in their destructiveness by the only means they could understand, war and aggression, but they were taking steps to warn them to do the Creator's will, which would be very difficult for them to comprehend, that they would hold a conference soon. The guardians, our brothers, do not exhibit their powers or intervene except under stress of absolute necessity. Because material science is stripped of social and spiritual science, because their efforts are made from effect to effect, whereas they could achieve greater success if they work from cause to effect, our scientists do not know how to take care of what they create, such as radiation fallout. As more and more radioactive activity gathers high in our upper atmosphere, the danger lies in decomposition of all living matter. Of the green fireballs that have been observed throughout the world, one type sent down from gigantic space laboratories has been used to neutralize and absorb concentrations of radiation created through our bomb experiments. Otherwise, radiation would be more prevalent in our atmosphere than it is. More recently, scientists of our neighboring planets have widely replaced the use of the fireball with another force, manifested as a high-frequency ray. As early as April 1954, our brothers told me that my government had accidentally created a dangerous byproduct in producing the cobalt bomb that was far worse than any H-bomb. If they discover what they have, they will play with it like a cat with a mouse. If they do not discover it, it is possible they may make a disastrous slip. A slight change of a few degrees temperature would be fatal. I understood that this byproduct had to be nullified through a higher power. Later I was told that the atmosphere of our planet was in bad condition, that it would cause destruction and severe sickness for the people, and they hoped our government would become cognizant of what it had done before they went too much further with their experiments. In January 1956, they referred again to the government. If your government would lay aside their experiments in nuclear fission and study the change in nature's conditions, they would be of recourse. This would be a recourse to their people. The government should refrain from the series of tests they have planned. One in particular is very dangerous. In the process of detonation, they expected conversion results and amounts of energy release will produce effects quite different from anything they have knowledge of. It may not cause destruction at once, but it would not be long. It will change your planet's atmospheric condition. Their experiments have already caused much trouble they know nothing about. There are many things to happen which your people cannot control. Here they were foretelling of the tests made of the Pacific Proving Grounds, and particularly referring to Cherokee, the second test detonation in Operation Red Wing, whose demoniacal fury was released into the heavens on May the 21st, 1956. This test, so it was said, was delayed 10 days in a series of postponements because of climatic conditions. Nevertheless, it was rumored that it was not under perfect control and did not prove successful as expected. Except for flowery description, little was reported at first. Then 2 top TV commentators stated the bomb was 7 miles off its target, that the mighty shock wave hit a nearby island where there were technical recording instruments which were destroyed. Also, the power of the blast was so gargantuan that it ripped the air with terrific pressure and heat waves over thousands of square miles, that the incandescent intensity of light penetrated and blanched shadow and substance to the degree that the bodies of the task group appeared much as when you view one's shadowy anatomy through the fluoroscope. Following this TV report, newspaper reports made contradictions, stating that the bomb was 2 and/or 3 miles off target. Those of you who diligently follow the news of these research experiments and rocket shoots know that the majority do not prove successful.